There was just a Federal Reserve report out on Friday that suggested that GDP for 2018 is probably going to come in slightly below 3%. What do you think the economy is doing right now, just based on your businesses, based on the receipts you see, the companies that you track that you have major shares in?
Right now, just based on the monthly statements I get, and in some cases I get other data in between, but overall things are a little better. I mean, the rate of improvement has tapered, but it certainly hasn't flattened. Now that could change next month, and home construction has been disappointing, but most of our businesses, I've seen other figures on retail that are strong, including Walmart's, but I would say our retail figures in January were not strong. But January is a peculiar month. That can be affected a lot by weather, although any retailer will always like things on the weather. Right now things look fine.
When you say it's a little better, that's relative to when? What's your comparison period?
Well, I'm saying that if it developed as I see in January and February for the whole year, I think we would probably beat our 24.8 billion, but that would depend on insurance profits because swing either way. They are
of your
unrelated.
Operating profit that you just reported.
But the operating, yeah. So business looks decent. It's not galloping ahead, and the tariffs having a little effect at 10%. If they went to 25, that would change things quite a bit. And I do see some more inflationary things, but no, I don't see anything to be alarmed about at present.
What inflationary
But incidentally, if you told me GDP would be down this year, we'd still be doing the same things, pretty much.
What inflationary signs do you see at this point?
Well, as I get the reports from the companies, they say these raw material costs are going up, and now oil being down helps us. I mean, that's the basis for a lot of raw material costs. But overall, there's more cost pressure.
You mentioned that housing has been weaker, home building, that you've seen that. Why do you think that is?
It's puzzling because, before 2008, we were running higher. Well, I mean, the one obvious answer is you expect household formations to go way down in a recession, and we had a bad one. But you've had this big trend from home ownership to renting, so that that's probably changed by 5 percentage points. Well, 5 percentage points when you talk about 125 million households or 6 million houses, there are people that are living in rental units rather than houses. So that configuration has really changed. And I would have thought it would have turned back as people got the jobs back and all of that. But single-family construction is really, I think it's been quite weak compared to what you would expect after 10 years of recovery and with the stock market, quadrupling from the lows and unemployment at 3.7%. People are just making different choices.
Jay Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, is set to testify before Congress on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Based on what you said about the weakness in housing, based on some of the downturn that you saw, did you think he made the right move by signaling a much more dovish take last quarter?
Yeah, I don't second guess him at all. I think he's a terrific choice for Federal Reserve Chairman. He actually was at the Treasury in 1991 when Solomon was in trouble, and I saw him make a lot of very good decisions for the United States government. He's a smart man, and he's very level-headed, and he understands both business and economics, and I don't think you could have a better chairman. So I will never second-guess him.
I know you don't make a lot of investing decisions based on what the Federal Reserve chief or anybody else is saying, but what would you be interested in hearing from him this week? What might you be listening for?
Well, I read what he says, but it doesn't affect anything we do. Like it just doesn't. I mean, it doesn't affect it in investments or in, the amount of money we're going to spend on the railroad this year and energy or anything. We're plowing ahead always. We always spend more than our depreciation, and we know the country is going to make lots of progress over time, and we don't think we're smart enough to jump in and out as to when the time is.